Uh, that's a good question. Okay. The, the,
Okay.
the next question. When is really is the well is in the other hand, when is it is when is really bad to procrastinate?
Uh, Maybe when you have like a big responsibility, for example, you're in your final project of school, and if you procrastinate, maybe you will get a bad grades, and that's not good. Or yeah, that's not good for you. And other similar situations, like for example, if you are in your work and you for do something and you are procrastinating all the time and lead it or le- you you do it in the last minute, it could be a very very bad decision, because doing all the things in the last minute is really really hard. You are under a big pressure, you are not doing the things well, and that's not good. I think when you have like a responsibility with a date, a specific date, you should do mm, before, like mm, the most possible time before, because work under pressure is really hard, and you are getting stressed, and it could affect your health, your mental health and your physical health, and that's not good. Then when you have, yeah, a responsibility with a end, you need, or you should not procrastinate.
Um, you have never procrastinated in that situation. In that situation, I
uh,
refer to when you have a project, when you had a project, you did it.
yeah, in the past when I was in middle school,
Okay.
and sometimes in high school, I I do like my homeworks or some project in the last minute, and I learned that that's the worst way to do something, because you get stressed, and at the end you you have a result that doesn't represent you. You cannot show all your skills. You don't show it, and that's a problem. It's better like do all the things at, at the beginning of the, as the person or the teacher give the homework, you do it, and that could be like the best option. It I do it. I procrastinate in these times sometimes, hardly ever, but I prefer don't do it because it's hard.
Well, it's a real problem. Um, as you say, because for example, the most common of procrastinating or the bad situation to procrastinate is when you have some responsibilities, like in a school, like in your occupation, probably is
Mhm.
the worst thing that you need to do when you have the responsibilities. But yeah, for example, I think that there are some factors that cause some of these cause to to represent the procrastination. For example, I think when the people procrastinate in this kind of sense, um, is probably when the teacher or when the boss uh, probably they don't value your work. They don't have enough conscience about your effort. And probably when you started to notice that, uh, it's so common that you say, no, my teacher my teacher never value my effort, never, oh, my teacher never, probably never noticed my good work, my quality of my quality work. And and that happened with me, for example, but I'm not procrastinating, even if it happened that, because in some occasion when I do or when I have done some works on some projects, there are some teachers that always, well, that probably don't have the, or don't put the attention in my project, in my quality, but it's only my perception, but probably it's in occasion it happens. But for example, I did a project and I fought a lot, but after that, I really noticed that some of the works of my parents or something like that, it didn't have enough quality, the enough attention, probably the enough work in his work. And probably this is the problem, because you probably you did your best, and you notice that you don't have enough attention, or all the works had 10 points in the project, and that's not good. Or
Yeah.
and this is probably a a good cause to procrastinate, because you say, the teacher doesn't value my effort, and I'm gonna I'm gonna do my work wherever, in wherever time that I have free time. Or probably you started to to lose your passion for do something in this case. And
Yeah.
that's a good cause in this procrastination topic. And probably that's all. Well, there are a lot of circumstances that happen, and for that reason it's not cool to procrastinate, because it's only, you need to know, you need to notice when when well, what you work, it's the most important. It's learning for you, no, it's for high score. It's like you're learning, you develop for some abilities. And that's the correct perception that you need to have when you, probably when you do some important works, and the teacher doesn't value enough your work. And no procrastinate, because procrastinate is not the good way to to have the enough majority to represent uh, your values, no. But I don't know, what do you think? It is a good cause, or there are some circumstances, or more circumstances that that probably develop this procrastination in some cases, like a school, like work. What do you think about it that I already say?
I think for some people it's important because yeah, I also have some teachers that like doesn't care my work and just like to pay attention to it, and it's sad because obviously you doing with too much effort and put in them too much work, and the teacher just I don't care, and you feel like sad about this because obviously is something that you do with very hard work, and yeah, in that case is sad, but also on the other hand, for example, I the last semester I have a teacher that doesn't care about this. Like they are the teachers that just give you an uh, exposition.
Mhm.
uh, and yeah, it's all the things he do. He don't do nothing, and at the end, he put us a final project, and I was like trying to do my best in that project, and the teacher like don't review it very well, like just because I can't answer one of the questions, he don't put me 10, but that's bad because it's about coding. Then how you can code something without understand? But I do it. I know it, but in the moment I explain it with the correct words, but I know how to do some things, and the teacher was like, he don't care. He just rest uh, put me less points,
Okay.
and yeah, it's like demotivated, and the next time maybe you don't care too much about their works. But yeah, it depends of the situation, because some of in other subjects, maybe it's a subject that you like to do it, then you patient to do it, even if your teacher don't pay attention to your work.
Yeah, I completely agree with you. You're completely right because yeah, that's a important circumstance that happened when I started this procrastination into something that you probably you like it in the past, but now probably you hate. But but yeah, the procrastination is a complicated topic because there are some situations, some circumstances that happen in this procrastination or in these procrastinate people. But in a specific, I would like that you answer a question.
Okay.
What kind of things do people often forget?
For what? Sorry.
What kind of things do people often forget? I refer, there are some
Oh.
forms to evaluate the procrastination. For example, when you are doing a work and probably procrastinating that work, or probably you forget something. You forget something like events, like probably important dates. That's so common that happen in this context of procrastination. But what do you think? What are the principal things that the people usually forget thanks to the procrastination?
Mm, I don't know. It's. I think it depends of the person, because mm, it's completely depends of the person, because we have like different lives and different contexts, and I really don't know. Uh, for example, when I procrastinate, I sometimes forget like the time to do some things. For example, uh, I want to enter conference, and the conference is at 10, but I start just watching videos in Instagram or social media, and I forget to enter to this conference. But yeah, it depends, because it's not always the same thing. It's like depends of the day, depends the event. Yeah, events, for example, conferences, meetings, or dates, maybe.
Then, in other words, you usually forget when you have these kind of events in your
Yeah,
context. No, it's more common the date, no, the days and the
yeah,
hours or something.
I usually have reminders in Alexa because
Oh
at
yeah,
the end I usually forget it.
yeah. Those are our tips to develop the organization. No, are good things because, for example, if you don't have the perception of the time, probably it happen like you say.
Yeah,
You notice that the time is over. Probably yeah, you don't have probably the meeting is over, and that's usually happen. But for example, in my case, uh, the main things that I forget in some cases on my life probably is when when I talk about um dates and events. For example, when my my mother birthday, my family birthday in general. I'm very bad when I refer to dates, to probably to some dates or events, important events. That's my real problem because when is or when was my mother birthday, it was really difficult to remember that because I have a lot of things in my mind and it's so impossible to remember everything. But it's so awful to forget the your mom birthday or your father birthday or your
yeah,
well, I don't have a lot of friends and I don't need to remember some important events or in this kind of things. But the most important, it's like you forget something like uh like hour of something or some meetings. But I really forget when I have important events near for me or in the next week. And probably it's so cool and it's so dangerous for the people because it's a sentimental things that probably you need to
yeah.
remember and are important things. And this is my real problem in this procrastination, and it is usually happening to me, no? But yeah, I think that we can answer one more question. On time and
Okay,
it's cool, no? This question it's also good because it represents this procrastination in some points. The question is, do you think do you think people in other cultures are too relaxed?
mm,
You are in Mexico, but for example, do you think that
yeah,
there are more people or there are other people in other countries that probably there are more relaxed than in Mexico?
maybe no. Uh,
Mexico is the most relaxed country around the world.
Actually, I don't remember or I don't know another, well, at least much other cultures to know if they are too more relaxing. But I know that it's like a perception of all the cultures. For example, a month ago, I heard something about uh, the the how do you say gobernador?
Gobernador.
Uh-huh.
But in the context of English context, I think that
Or politics.
exists political president or something like that because yeah, you know that in the United
Uh,
States doesn't exist. Well, don't exist this kind of words like gobernador or
yeah.
or probably exists, but I don't know. I never hear about gobernador in English or something like that. Only president or
Yeah,
politics, senators. Just tell me.
yeah, the point is, Samuel Garcia, this polemical person in Mexico, said that in the north, the people were more work more, and the people in the south are more relaxing. Is like his perception, maybe a reality. I really don't know. I think it's not. It depends on the like the a lot of things, but in their context, maybe they are more relaxed. That it doesn't mean that they work less, but yeah, maybe it's a popular perception of people that trying to discover that maybe other cultures or other countries or other geographic zones are or work less than they, but so I think in countries maybe China, there are people that are too much relaxing and really hard. The culture and the country, the city doesn't matter for that. Just there are people that work more than others, but yeah, I I really don't think people in other countries or in other zones work less than us.
Mm, Yeah, I agree with you because uh, in your case, yeah, and in my case, I really believe that Mexico is the procrastination king because I don't know, the culture is very, very procrastinate. And yeah, Mexican people, it's usually procrastinate a lot when they want to do something in some words, and probably for that reason, some of our context, on our cities, on our country in general is no, we don't have enough progress that that we want to get for part of Mexico, no? But yeah, absolutely, I think that it's Mexico is one of the best. No, it's one of the best. It's one of the most important countries with relation to procrastination. No, but probably there are on others. But there are others country like South America countries. But you don't know. For example, in Brazil, there are some people that probably like it a lot of the Paris, and it's so common. It's another circumstance that probably procrastinate a lot, and they don't like it to work, but they like it to to stay in the party all the night and all this kind of thing, because the Brazilian people, it's so common, or well, it's a image that I have of these Brazilian people, but uh, it's not for all the people, no. But in specific, there are some countries that probably have this procrastination. But in Mexico, probably because we live here, and it's so common to hear the procrastination or to notice some procrastination in some people. But yeah, I think that Mexico is one of the most procrastinate country around the world, because
Could
in
be.
other countries it's so difficult that you find it, like China, Japan, the United States. All of these countries are, well, they have a lot of workers, a lot of production things. They are, in general, they are very productive persons, and in general, it's so complicated to find another another country like Mexico in that sense, no? Mm,
Yeah.
but yeah, well, they are all the question.
Okay.
But now, in the last minutes, I would like to know, what about, or what do you think about this question? Do you like it, or do you like it, this question, or what do you think? Tell me.
Yeah, I like it. I think there are like interesting questions to talk about these like social cultural things. Interesting. I like
Okay,
it.
I'm really appreciative. Thank you so much. And yes, I really believe that they are good question. But yesterday it was difficult to answer that question because, for example, the question of what did you do if you have only you have 1 month to life? That's a difficult question to answer because you didn't think about it, and that's difficult. Yeah, but
Yeah.
I think that I answer better than yesterday. But yeah, they are a cool question. I'm gonna get more of these activities because you like it, no? You enjoy these
Yeah.
activities. The topics are very interesting, and then um, yeah. When do you have time to play? Because I would like to play with you again the Left 4 Dead. Why not?
Yeah.
In like the other time.
Maybe this afternoon, in the afternoon today.
Yes, then you send me a message and we are gonna play. Do you like the game? I
Yeah, it was really funny.
yeah
It did end. The last game was hard. The last room,
yeah.
but I like it. It was a challenge.
But we are looking for a good strategy to pass that mission. No? We put the we fall down the I don't know the gasoline. Mm, it was a good strategy to put the gasoline in the car
Yeah.
and yeah, that's a good mission of the game. But
Yeah.
probably there are some missions in that game. But well, that's all for today. Thank you so much for being here. As
Okay.
always, it was a pleasure for me.
Okay. Thank you. I will send a message in the afternoon. I think we could play more early than the other day because I need to wake up early. But yeah, I will send you a message.
Yeah, I wait for your message. Thank you.
Okay. Bye. See you later.
You. Um, that's all for today. They are my they are my question. They are my today speaking. I really hope that you watch it, and I really like to know what do you think about my progress because yesterday I really felt nervous when I did some of the activities that you present to me, and yeah, the question are very interesting. But for example, I didn't know what are the meaning of procrastinate. But now and yesterday I I knew the meaning of the procrastinate thanks to the explication as you told me, and it was good. No, it was good. It got good application, and I very clear the procrastination topic, and yeah, we have some mistakes. I know. I really know that I have some mistakes in this speech, but this is my way to develop some abilities to speak and to have enough confidence on me. Um, and yeah, it's so cool to speak with other people. In this case, with my friend, because I consider that it's so good to practice with him because he's the first person um, the first person that I have find to develop or to practice in this case the English. But yeah, that I asked him some of the question that we saw yesterday, and it was good for me to practice again and to have more clear ideas. Yeah, and yeah, I'm absolutely think that I did my best in this session of today, and I don't know. I would like to know what about my question of today. What about my speech of today? It's better than yesterday. I think that maybe yes, because probably I yesterday I was a little bit nervous. I was speechless, and I didn't have a lot of ideas about some question. I didn't know how to answer those questions, and yeah, I have some mistakes. It's very clear. It's very clear that probably my fluency is not enough good on yet, but that's because I started to just practice speaking, and this ability probably it's difficult to me, but I like it. Is the ability uh, that I like it more than the others, because this is the way to communicate with other person, and I really think uh, that it's hard for me, but I like it to practice that. Uh, yeah, I would like to improve my level. Is one of my goals. I would like to speak English very fluently, with very confidence, with very clear ideas. Uh, I would like to show all my knowledge, all my words that I was knowing in my free time, and really appreciate some of my effort and my progress in these 2 months. Uh, in the last 2 months, because I didn't practice a lot of enough to develop or to improve my ability to speak. And but yeah, it's so difficult to me speak with other person in front of other friends or face to face, because I don't have enough confidence. That's my real problem. But I'm gonna try to find some solutions, some things to develop to have more confidence, because I'm introvert, and I'm probably it's for my personality that it is the real problem to communicate and to have uh, enough confidence in general to express some ideas that I have. Yeah, they are the question. I really choose the best question, the question that probably are more difficult to speak, or the question that probably they are good to answer, the most interesting question. But yeah, that's my feedback, and that's my my other speaking practice. This is my progress. This is my probably my one of my real uh, on my real behavior when I speak with other person. But I don't know if I have if you notice the difference between today and between today and yesterday. It was totally different for me, because probably I'm more relaxing now than yesterday, and it was good for me because it's a good way to express with more clarity my ideas. But yeah, I have some mistakes. I really noticed that, but it's yeah, I would like to improve some mistakes that I have, and I noticed that mistakes. I noticed those mistakes in my speech is really clear. It's really clear those mistakes, no? But yeah, it's all for today. I really hope that you enjoyed my speech with my friend, and this is so common for you because every week we do we did these kind of things, like a speech with different topics, like the conversational club, sorry. And yeah, mm, I'm I would like that you send me a message, and you tell me what about now. What do you think about when I'm more relaxed? Uh, my progress, my speech, my my ideas are more clear. Yeah, it's all for today, and thank you so much for watching my video of all of these questions. Thank you so much, and see you until next time.